right, now that we have our beverages, let's get to work.
Okay. Hi, and welcome to our first edition of Undercover Boss for the 2015-16 school year. I visited Heidi Strander's second grade classroom at Armstrong Elementary. Heidi has been a teacher at Armstrong for 18 years, and prior to that, she started her career with us at Royal Oaks the year before. So we're very fortunate to have Heidi in the system. What I was able to participate in, that you'll see as we go through the segment, first we started with the morning meeting. If you're unfamiliar with the responsive classroom approach, responsive classroom starts with a morning meeting where you set the stage for the day by helping kids understand how we treat each other. Sometimes you may go through events that took place in the classroom or may take place that day. You'll see today that we were talking about good greetings. How do you greet each other and welcome each other? The purpose of the responsive classroom is really to help the students get to know each other and help them navigate if they have issues together. How do we solve those? Classrooms certainly have their own culture, and Heidi does a great job of producing and developing a positive culture for kids, and you'll see that through the morning meeting. Then we went into our literacy block. The literacy block is what you may think of as language arts, reading and writing. And we use something called the Daily Five. The Daily Five gives kids choices each day on certain activities, and they rotate throughout the week. And so you'll see that some students are working independently on their reading or their writing. Some students are working with the teacher, and other groups of kids are working together in small groups. So during my time, I was also able to work one-on-one with a student. That's the positive aspect of using the Daily Five approach during a literacy block, is it gives a teacher time to work individually with students in small groups and to direct independent learning, and you'll see that this morning as well. And finally, what you'll see is that it's really important that kids are moving throughout the day and that we incorporate movement into our classroom. There's a great deal of research from neurologists about what exercise does to prime your brain for learning. So you'll see that using a dance program, the students were up and moving, and I hope you don't see much video of me. I was trying to do my best at auditioning for Dancing with the Stars. I don't think I'll get a call, but it was really a great way to get your blood going and get your heart rate up, and then get ready for coming back to the learning activity. I also had a chance to sit down and talk with Heidi about her experience and some of the ways she looks at teaching second grade students. So let's take a look at that interview now. I'm at Armstrong Elementary this morning, and I'm in Heidi Strander's classroom. Heidi is a second grade teacher, and I'm excited about today. As you think about the Undercover Boss segments and we think about a school district, it's really about teaching that comes to mind first and what we do as a school district. So Heidi, what makes you enjoy second grade? What's your favorite part about teaching second grade kids?
Well, first I love the fact that they've already got some stable learning under their belt, so they can be a little bit more independent, but they still have that love of learning, and they're just very fun. It's such a fun age, and to see the growth that they make in a year's time.
If we were talking to kids in second grade, what do you think they talk about as far as their favorite element of the class?
Well, probably second graders do. They like their recess and their gym and their lunch. That's going to be the first thing that they say. But I think a lot of them enjoy the different parts of their morning just because they're constantly moving and doing different activities. There's less seat work time now. There's that movement piece. So I think, I mean, it just depends on the child. So.
Do you have certain strategies that you use to get to know kids, to understand maybe their background or their interests?
Yeah, well, we always do a parent information sheet where the parents fill out, which I love. We do a little all about me activity, so the kids will share those pieces. Our sparkle person, they create themselves, and that kind of gives you some insight too of how they see themselves and things that they like. But just those opportunities too to just have those one-on-one times and really listen as they're sharing those pieces and sharing with the other kids. But it's kind of one of my favorite parts too, is really getting to know them as people. It's very fun.
Or for folks who are not teachers, and you think about your day as an elementary teacher in second grade, how many different elements of the day do you have to plan for? Or how many different instructional units or approaches and subjects do you teach in a day?
Yeah, quite a few. I was just thinking about that the other day. It's just, you have to love this job to do this job, because it is not, you come in the morning and you leave in the afternoon. This is a job that you take home with you every day, every night, on the weekend. I mean, when I'm planning just for Daily 5, I mean, there's 5 components there, and then on top of that, I'm meeting with groups. So I have 4 different groups. So I'm planning for my groups for guided reading. We have our spelling component, we have our shared reading, we have our writer's workshop, which is a big piece, all of our language arts pieces, and then we have math, and I do social studies for all the second grade, so I plan the social studies lessons for the grade. So yeah, it's nonstop planning
Right.
in the world of education. Yes.
And then I would imagine that as you get into the week, your plans change depending on how well the students are doing, or if they
Absolutely.
need extra support.
Yes, absolutely. There's always some sort of tweaking you need to do, or you just didn't get that part done because they needed extra time learning this component. The students definitely guide your plans, and then you just adjust accordingly.
So if I asked you, if you were at or asked to come into a college where kids have not decided on their major, how would you sell them on teaching second grade, or what would be the best part about your profession that you'd want others to think about if they were going into teaching?
I guess when I think about being in education and being an educator, the best part for me is, I mean, you truly feel like it's a job that you make a difference. I mean, especially at the second grade level, those kids make you feel important, and they make you feel like you're worthy, you're doing something, because you know, you see that growth and you see that excitement in these kids every day, the learning piece. So I guess it's a fulfilling career in that respect. You know, you make a difference.
Well, you certainly do, and I know we'll see that as we watch your classroom and we talk to kids as they go through, and it's such an important profession. So I'm so pleased that you are a teacher and that you teach in our school district.
Thank you.
And thanks for letting us spend some time with you today.
Well, glad to have you.
Thank you for tuning in and watching this edition of Undercover Boss, and I look forward to seeing you through our future videos as we continue our work in understanding and spending time with all of our great employees in the South Washington County School District.